another strategy again to Nigeria. Just few months here, we heard about the shocking news about Buhari departure, even despite a lot of people jubilating about what he has done to Nigeria, the level we have find ourselves today. But he be what it be, he has contributed his own quarter, whether good or bad, to this country called Nigeria. Of course, another strategy now that is happening now is Nigeria number third in the country now, reportedly in London. Allegedly, have taken to London now, and his case now is critical. As we speak now, we hear, according to this blogger who took it, that BK has finally confirmed the news that is true. But he might not want to break the news that he's waiting for the presidency to break the news to Nigeria. What a shock for Nigeria. Never again are we going to continue missing this man. And this is a message to everybody. I keep saying it time without number. Everybody go buy one day. Nobody go stay this world forever. Instead of when Nigeria leaders, any small thing they go wrong, go London, go stay. Why can't they build hospital in Nigeria? You go there for treatment. At the end of the day, you will not see surviving. All they do, they will bring your dead body, come to Nigeria. Why not you build hospital in Nigeria here? That whenever anything happens, you can go for treatment. Yes, of course, I don't want to believe that is true. But if it is true, that what we are hearing now, what is in this world? That these politicians, they feel once they have the opportunity to bribe their way there to stay there, because most of them that are there, our leader, they don't deserve to be there. They bribe their way there to become our leader. This is the same man that will say, oh, it's the only Nigerians that are hungry that are going to protest. This is the same man that making jest of many Nigerians. Because you now have the privilege. But life is just a small word. But I just wish it's not true. And let him also come out to come and clarify it here. If it is rumor. Many say it's a rumor. Nothing happened to him. In every rumor, they are always true. If nothing happened to him, let him come out and prove himself. It's only in Nigeria here when such happens, people they say you are carrying fake news. If people carry fake news, let the person they are carrying the fake news come. Let him come out and identify. Say, it's a lie. I'm alive. Nothing do me. Shake your leg. It happened in the time of Obasanjo. When Obasanjo was alive, during Obasanjo period, they accused him that Obasanjo died. And the next thing, Obasanjo came out who he is. He did not even arrest anybody there. He came out and said, I'm alive. I did not die. So if it's true that the federal government knew that the people are this rumor of a Senate president, something happened to him or not, he let him come out and address Nigerians. And the thing will die down. I will tell you that every Nigerian have every right to talk about him because he's being paid by our taxpayers' money. And Nigeria is only a country whereby when something happened to our leader, they hide it for the masses. The leaders don't know about it. But any small thing, when social media carry, they say, oh, you are carrying fake news. You are carrying... In every fake news, there is always a tendency of truth on it. When we said it in 2017 that something happened to Buhari, people say we are mad that nothing happened to Buhari. A few weeks before they announced this Buhari dead, Garuba Shehu came to Nigeria, tell Nigeria that Nigeria should forgive him or something like that. That it was not a rat that chased Buhari out of Aso Rock in 2017. That Buhari actually fell ill. They rushed him to London. Why did he have to take him so much time for Garuba Shehu for him to come and tell Nigeria now that it was not rat that chased Buhari out? So people who now speculate or people who now assume, people who now bring the news that Buhari was dead in 2017, what is now their offense? What is now you can see the way they build Nigeria. We build it on a fraudulent one. That's why we are saying that the only solution to Nigeria is give us regional government or divide Nigeria so that everybody can go and work on their own. They build this system on deceit by the foreign people who call it Nigeria. That's why I keep saying I challenge anybody in your language what's the meaning of Nigeria in your language. If you watch my video, share this video. I challenge anybody that can tell me what is the meaning of Nigeria in your language. I dare anybody to tell me what is the meaning of Nigeria. Look at the case of Nigeria today. Nigerians cannot feed themselves. Nigeria cannot send their children to school again. Everything has gone wire. The only few people who are enjoying themselves today are politicians. The money that are made for masses now, they share it among themselves. They are buying properties everywhere. This one get 200 houses. This one fleet of car in their compound. At the end of the day, you go leave all this thing one after the other. But people, they hungry. Since morning, there are some people, they don't even have hope of what they will eat. As I'm speaking to you now, many people have load have been thrown outside because they don't have hope where they are going to. The cost of renting a house now is very, very on the high side. What kind of country are you running? You remove subsidy. Say subsidy is a fraud. You cannot be paying subsidy. Thinking that you will inject that money in Nigeria education. You will inject that money in our road infrastructure. You will inject that money in our, what is it called? In health center. Health sector. And today as we speak to you now, everything I have mentioned for you now, go to our health sector now. If you want to go to government hospital now, without bribing people, you will not have your way. You will not even have bed. No bed for you to treat you. Go to maybe any of your child finish secondary school. You want him or her to go to Nigerian university now. With your bribing, the school will have been increased triple, if not more than triple, as we speak. Some schools that are paying 30,000, federal university 30,000, 40,000, they are almost paying close to 100, or if not more than 100,000. That's Nigeria we find ourselves. And you ask yourself, subsidy have been removed. The money that have been removed in subsidy, where is it? Where did you inject it to? Here, the worst part of it that this government are still borrowing. And the same man who be approving the borrowing now is where the rumor is flying up and down. They have taken him to London. London hospital and rejected him. This and that now. Every rumor, there is tendency of truth in it. The worst thing now, the best thing is for them. I keep saying this issue. We are not. Nobody is happy. God will spare him. Nothing will happen to him. That's my prayer. When the issue of Senator Natasha came up, I said it. I said this man has proven himself as the worst senator, the Nigerian senator we have ever had. Compared to many statements that have come out from him, now this hungry Nigeria that are going out to protest this and that, blah blah blah. He making jest of Nigeria. When I now gave up on this man is during the time of Natasha, how he behaved. You cannot be a judge over your own case. If Nigeria were to be a country, I can tell you that Fabio is supposed to have stepped down in that issue of Natasha until they prove him is guilty before he resume as a Senate president. But Nigeria is Nigeria. They pause the case. They say no. The committee that has been set up to prove Natasha, they compromise. They compromise, and they tell him that woman cannot come and join them. Even when the court of the land said the woman should resume, they did everything to frustrate. Is it the same country you are having hope that the country will be better? When we were growing up in 2015, where they told us, oh, PDP, they are criminal, PDP and this. You hardly see any civil servant, even if they buy expensive car, they will be afraid to drive it to office, to secretariat. But as I speak to you now, go to any secretariat in Nigeria today, they park most expensive car now in secretariats. Who is checkmating anybody? Before, if you go to hospital, Nigeria government hospital, they will be afraid to ask you money. Today, they are not hiding it. If you go to university in Nigeria, government university, you want to see for admission for your children, nobody is hiding it again. Oh God, this is how much you will pay. If you cannot pay, get out. Go and report to whoever you want to report to. That is where we have find ourselves as a Nigerian. So if you still sit on your comfort zone, oh, Nigeria will be this, Nigeria will be that, better hold for yourself. The worst part of it now that poor masses suffer it the most. They say when two elephants fight, it is the ground that suffer it. The masses now are suffering heavily. Because a poor man pikin suffer for Nigeria. If you get case now, you don't get money for Nigeria. You are on your own. Even if you are not guilty, Because you don't have money, you'll be forced to be guilty by all means. Because the person who even committed the offense, you say, oh, let's go, I must get justice. The person will pass through backyard and use money to bribe his way to get justice for himself. That is where we find ourselves. And there, some people will sit down there and tell you, oh, there is not. In the last election, we saw what going on. We saw in case of Rivers State, Rivers result was changed. Most of the results in Nigeria, they were changed, they will be altered. Till now, the billions of naira that Yakubu collected from federal government, our taxpayers' money, up to date, Yakubu did not explain to Nigeria why they did not transfer the result of presidential election to the server. He collect money, chop claim out. Now, this country we dey under Buhari government, where they say Accountant General of Federation took 80 billions of naira. As we talk today, the Accountant General is nowhere to be found. Maybe people don't make way for him, don't fly out. The case, they don't bury him. All the people that have case with EFCC under Buhari government, under this Bola Ahmed Tinubu regime, they will be free. People like Fayose, the case has been cleared, not guilty. Somebody like FK, they have declared. Name all of them, even some of them. This James Ibori, that is guilty in London, he served his J-term in Nigeria here. Is there. Baba come, they've given him presidential pardon. Now the country where we did. But all what the EFCC do now, oh, yes, the EFCC arrest 80 Yahoo boys in Abeokuta. He arrest this one in Ogbomoso. Why will these boys not be engaging in this kind of manner? Why would they not be engaging when Nigerian politicians have crippled the economy? What belongs to this coming generation, the politicians have taken everything. If by today, as God bless Nigeria with natural mineral resources, every state has removed the subsidy, okay, Bola Ahmed Tinubu make it compulsory for every governor. You must create sport facility in every local government. Every local government in Nigeria, you must have a stadium where boys will be training, will be playing match. At the end of the month, they are being paying them maybe 150, 200,000, depending on their capacity. Basketball is there. Do you think most of these boys on the street that are doing fraudulent way to pave way to their parents because their parents cannot even afford the bill, their parents cannot even afford to feed themselves? Is these young boys now that have took it upon themselves? We cannot keep quiet and allow hunger to buy us. It's just like the case of the 4 lepers in the Bible. Bible said they were in one place, they were hungry, no food to eat. They said if we go out there, the people of Samaria will kill us because they are not allowing us to mingle with them. If we decide to stay on our comfort zone here, we will die of hunger. Why not with some more courage and go out there? And when they went out, hosts of heaven backed them up. The noise that was coming out of them was like a chariot. A war. Israel is bringing war, and the villager, the community, they flee away. And that's why they met the food, they pack, they eat. The same thing Nigeria youth are doing now because their parents is not capable to provide for their needs, to pay for their bill, to bring them food, to send them to school again. They take it upon themselves. In whichever way they can make life better for them, they are doing it. And that's why you see from age 10, from age 15 now, everybody they are now engaging in criminal activities just to make sure to survive. As a result of what Nigeria government have pushed the youth to. Otakers who have destroyed this country beyond reasonable repair. Please, if today is your first time of joining me, subscribe to this channel, share this video. We keep speaking the truth irrespective of the threat, irrespective of whatever. We have said any time without number, the high time of afraid is gone. If you talk, you will buy. If you not talk, you will buy. One day, everybody will go. Nobody will stay in this world forever. Please share this video. Subscribe to this channel. Former President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, a man who came from South, is set to divide Nigeria finally. Yes, of course. Many of you might be surprised. Why do I say Jonathan want to divide Nigeria? But please, Give me a little time and I will show you the proof. Evidence of Jonathan is set to divide Nigeria against all odds, even as Peter Obi is running, pleading for the North to give him just for 4 years. He will transform Nigeria. He will rewrite the narrative that he has the blueprint. He have what it takes to change Nigeria, even as he's trying all his possible means to make sure he convince the Fulani, the Northerners, that they are right. But there are some elements from the southwest here who are poisoning the Fulani men, that they should remember the war, the civil war, which is the Biafra war, is referring to, that they should never trust an Igbo man to be president of Nigeria. Now, I think it is done that what Omowore Sowore said, when he said that there is an agreement between the Yoruba and the Fulani that Igbo man will not rule Nigeria, I think it has been proved that what Omowore is saying is nothing but the truth. With this, I expect the Southeast leaders, no matter whether they are being imposed by their people to rule them, they should stand up and say the hard writing, that what they think Nigeria is not what. They are not welcoming Nigeria. And I believe by now, a lot of people who have taken their time to criticize Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu effort is going to be in vain, that Nigeria is not going to be divided, that the Igbos are part of Nigeria, they can now stand up and see that under Bola Ahmed Tinubu regime, a man from the southwest here can stand up at this time where we find ourselves and say that the civil war have not ended, reminding the North that they should not answer Peter Obi. What is the sin of Peter Obi? That Peter Obi have said that, he's going to spend four tenors to complete Bola Ahmed Tinubu 4 tenors, and that's why they are coming to remind the North that the civil war have not ended. After the Babangida have come out to explain to Nigerians that it was not the Igbo that caused the coup. It was not. And we are waiting for Yakubu Gowon to also come and do the needful to tell Nigerians that Ojukwu is not the cause of the Biafra war, the civil war. He himself masterminded the war, and I keep challenging anybody, give me a proof where Ojukwu caused it. As a student of history, I will take you along this, that if Yakubu Gowon would have stayed in the agreement they have in Abu Record, where it was not only Ojukwu that was in that meeting, he was the Yakubu Gowon was the head of state. Ojukwu represent the east, the Usman Katsina represent the north, which we have a Mobolanji, something like that, represent the west. Everybody was well represented in Ghana for this case, and they all agree that Nigeria way forward is restructuring regional government. But the moment they came to Nigeria, where Gowon was misadvised, either by the British or by few individual greedy people who feel that how can Igbo man advise you to go and do regional government? That if so be it, that the center will be too weak for you to handle. But today, look at the reality. How are the Yorubas too? How are they enjoying the country? Before now, they feel, oh, by the time Jagaban become the president of Nigeria, they will have their own share. Jagaban have the blueprint to do Nigeria well, to restructure Nigeria. But 3 years is going down the drain now. We have not seen anything. Rather, we have worsened the situation. As I speak to you now, many Nigerians today, they can no longer send their children to school. As I speak to you today, many Nigerians cannot afford to eat 2 square meals in a day. It's as bad as that. Many are homeless now because they don't even have money to rent a house. Even in the village now, anywhere we are in the town, to rent a house now has become a problem because the cost of building material have skyrocketed. Many of you have seen that everything Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been saying about this one Nigeria, separation is the answer. It is not against our constitution that anyone will come out to. When you see that the country is not going the way you feel, you have every right to come out and call for agitation that you want to go on your own. And that's why some of those criminal politicians, all they do now, they are calling for to create more state. Creating more state is not the solution to us. We don't need more state. All we need is giving us regional government, or you divide this country. That is what every Nigerian should be calling for. The 36 states plus the Abuja, which is 37 states that we have right now, how is it affecting the masses? As I speak to you now, not all the whole 36 states now are able to pay the minimum wage of 70,000 naira minimum wage. Even if they are able to pay the 70,000 minimum wage, what is 70,000 naira can afford to solve in the life of people in Nigeria as we speak? So creating more state in Nigeria is very a bad idea. It is not a good idea.
The best thing now that they can do right now in Nigeria is giving us regional government, or you divide this country, let everybody go. The suffering is too much in the land. You can see Nigeria has now become a graveyard where people can no longer exercise their rights. People cannot move from one place to another because of the hardship of the economy that these people have brought to us. Now, let's go to Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. The North have discovered now that, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the aim of them supporting him to become president of Nigeria, he has deviated. It's not focused on the North because their own agenda, they felt that, Tinubu is coming to serve them. The way Jonathan, how do I describe Jonathan? Let me not use that word because it's going to be, it will not go well with me the way I want to say it. Jonathan came to please the North, the Fulani people, by building a Jari school. He refused to do something in the South where he came from. Even the Otweke in the village where he come from, what did Jonathan did? Now they are running up and down, following Goodluck, Jonathan. Jonathan, come and do the money for you. Come and push out the boy. Jonathan go nowhere. If Jonathan agreed to go to be president, it's going to end in disgrace for him. He have every opportunity in the first year to make Nigeria what Nigeria, but rather than fear, torment. Now the Fulani men who kick him out, who gang up against him, they use Obama to frustrate him. Now they are begging him, come and save us, come and rescue us. The time of Jonathan is bad. Jonathan is a weakling. Jonathan does not have strength. No any Southerner will support Jonathan presidency. Instead of Jonathan to become president, let Bola Ahmed Tinubu continue his presidency. Nobody have the monopoly that think that Nigeria belongs to them. If the rate in which Jonathan served the North and they disgrace him, they pull him out. Now Buhari came in, Buhari served the North, the Fulani. Buhari even extend his humanity, he extend his hospitality to Niger by building railway for Niger, building hospital, buying fleet cars in Niger. What is Buhari connection with Niger? Why Nigerians are suffering? Why Nigeria are lavishing in poverty? Now they feel that, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is focusing on one side. This one is crying, it's only the South. Bola Ahmed Tinubu is building, he has forsaken the North. Okay. Why is it that when power leaves these people, in less than 4 years, they begin to cry? Why? If they allow Buhari to misuse this country, to destroy this country to this very moment, under Buhari government, he brought Fulani headmen that have taken over Nigeria to